What's going on today, guys? So today I will be starting a process of doing a rear disc brake conversion. You'll see I got some calipers, the brackets, backing plates, all that stuff. I've already rebuilt this caliper here, new piston, new seal and everything, because that piston in that one was broken. This one has a decent piston, however I forgot it at my house. So I won't be able to rebuild that one today. But basically what I have going on right now is I've jacked up the rear end. I put it on jack stands. I will be taking off the drums here. And then, actually I could probably take that off right now if I just hold you guys here for a second. So the drum, take that off. I'm going to be taking off all the shoes and all that crap to get to the bolts that are right in here. They look pretty rusty, so that's probably going to be a lot of fun. But in order to do a rear disc conversion on this, I'm going to have to drop all the fluid out of the diff and take apart my locker, things like that, to get at those C-clips to pull out my axles. This is a rear disc brake conversion, you'd call. It's basically just the brackets and calipers from like an 03 Jeep Liberty. What I've been told is the bolt pattern is the same for the diff. I guess we'll find out. I sure hope that it is. What I've been led to believe is that this will work. If not, I just waste a lot of money. But you guys will find out with me. So I'm going to start taking that drum apart, or that all the shoe assembly apart, and then we'll probably crawl under there and drop the fluid out of the diff. Alright, after screwing around with it for a very long time, I got both axles out. I've got part of the locker there, part of the locker there. All the axles are out. Well, not completely, but they're pulled out with the C-clips are out of them. So I'm going to pull out this axle and pull out the other side. Alright, so I got the axle out. Now's a good time to replace the bearings. However, mine are fairly new. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover up the hole best I can so I don't get any debris in there. Hopefully is that lined up. Alright, you guys can see. And now I'm just gonna zip these 4 off. Gotta get this brake line off. I'm just gonna pinch the line because I will be making new lines anyways. That's good. That's off. Actually, I might just leave that like that for now. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna test fit my new bracket and everything. Really hope it fits. It's the right size. Or hopefully those studs are the right size, and hopefully the bracket's gonna be the right bolt pattern. Oh, sweet. That's gonna work. There we go. It's as easy as that, I guess. And we're gonna re-bolt these guys on. I'm going to put some blue Loctite on these before I thread them on, actually, just to make sure. and I don't know if those studs are going to be long enough, to be honest. I guess we'll see. Does look like they're a little on the shallow side, but they do seem to be all right. I'm just gonna keep it that way. I think that's gonna be it for me today. It's quite hot out here, but I will get you guys back up here whenever I start to put caliper on and put back together. So alright, so it is another day. I got my piston from my house. I got the seals and everything. I'm going to be building this caliper, at least putting the piston in it. I'm waiting on the parts store to get my bushings for the slides, so I will be installing those later, probably not on video. It's pretty self-explanatory. This is also pretty self-explanatory, but I'm just going to show it while I'm doing it. Basically, you got your seal that goes inside this little lip here that seals the actual piston itself, and then this is just a dust boot to keep dirt and dust getting inside of there. So I got some brake fluid here. I'm gonna put on my seal here, make sure I get it nice and wet, and we'll shove that inside its little groove. So it's in its little groove. Make sure it's not like twisted or anything, which mine isn't. And then you're gonna take your seal. There's a thicker lip. You'll see this ledge here. That's what's gonna sit inside this lip here. So it goes like this. And I'll just go ahead and put this around that little ledge. Alright, make sure that it seats in that little ledge on the piston, which mine is, so we're good there. Then you'll just move up the outside of the piston. Make sure it goes in straight. And we're going to push it in there. I'm going to get it that far there. I'm going to put the boot on, and then I'm going to go over to my press and press this on nice and straight. Alright, so I have the caliper in the press. I'm holding the light here just because I don't have anything to hold it. I'm going to set the light down, but basically you just want to make sure that it's flat, which on these calipers it has a little lip there where the hose goes. I have a little cutout on my little piece here, so I'm going to just have that cut out be where that sits, so it'll sit flat. And I'm going to set the light down. I'm going to make sure that I press this nice and smooth, and you shouldn't feel any resistance, and this isn't having any resistance, so that's good. I want to make sure that my boot does not pop off. And basically you just sink it down flush, just like that. And we're going to take this up. And there you go. That's how you rebuild it. It's pretty easy. It's a lot easier when you have the tools to do it. But basically, you just want to make sure that that seal gets in there with enough brake fluid so that it's not going to tear or pinch. And you want to make sure that there's no burrs on the inside of the bore or on the piston itself, and it should go pretty smoothly. I'm gonna set you guys up where you can see as I reassemble the diff. I don't have, like I said, I don't have the bushings for my calipers, so I can't install those onto the brackets today, but I can put the rotors and everything on. So I'll set you guys up. As you can see, the brake shield and the bracket is on. I'm just gonna pull out my rag that I had in there. Like I said earlier, yesterday, now would be a good time to replace these seals and these bearings. However, mine are brand new, probably less than, say, 10,000 miles. So I'm not going to be replacing those right now, but I will be just sliding the axle in, and then we'll be going underneath the truck to put that locker back together. Alright, so that's as far as it's going right now. Pretty sure that's just because... Oh, there we go. Alright, there that is. So now we're going to go slide underneath the truck and start putting that back together. Alright, so you'll be able to see that axle in there. Here's the C-clip. So you put the C-clip into this one here, and then you'll slide this axle out. I do believe I'm probably doing this wrong, to be honest, but we'll find out if I am wrong. Okay, that side is in. Now the much harder part is putting the other side in. I'm gonna have to slide my axle in. Alright, there we go. Alright, so the C-clip is on this side, pulled taut, so we're good on that side. This other side, where did I put that piece? Okay, here we go. So, with that in, I'm going to slide these in, don't lose the pins. Okay, so that is in. Good. Now you're going to line it up with this, where there's no teeth, and you're going to take your C-clip, if I can find one, there it is. Wipe it off, make sure it's not dirty. And we're gonna slide the axle in ever so slightly. You guys won't even be able to see this, most likely. I can't even barely see it. And we're gonna slide that through there into the axle. And if it goes well, which I don't think this one did, you should be able to pull the axle out if I had the string. Oh man. I guess that is in. Maybe. It is spinning, which is good. Okay, and now we must line up these pins. Which is quite tricky. And you need to just put these springs inside these little holes. And there's an inner and an outer spring, and you do not want to lose them. So I now have all the springs in, and the little space, or I don't even know what to call them, but they're little circular discs on the inside. Those are flush on the side. So basically all you gotta do now is line this up so you can get the center pin in. Make sure you wipe it off so there's not any dirt or anything getting inside that area. Ah, man. Oops. Too far. Alright, there you go there. And then for your little pin here, I would add some blue Loctite, which is what I'm going to do. And this is an 8mm. Say that's tight enough. Now of course I wouldn't follow that as your direction. I would torque it if I were you, but I don't think that that's too necessary. So now that this is all completely put back together, I'm gonna grab some brake clean. I'm gonna clear this thing out as best I can because I know that there's a lot of grit in here, especially once I take this gasket off. Yep, just as I thought. So I'm gonna grab some brake clean, and then we're gonna clean this all out, and I'm gonna replace the gasket and all that other fun stuff. Yeah, my new gasket, everything like that. I'm gonna try for the top bolt. Alright, so now I have the calipers onto the brackets. I installed a hose on this side. Of course, the bushings are not in the caliper because, like I said earlier, I am waiting on those boots to install it. Basically, yeah, that's how you do a rear disc conversion on a Dakota. Mine was easy because the Jeep Liberty is a 5-bolt, and mine is a 5-bolt because it's a very first gen. Those who have the 6-bolt lugs, I don't know exactly what you do. Probably get a rotor and have it drilled at like a machine shop or something. Basically, that's how you do it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, please like the video and consider subscribing. I'll see you later, guys.